Hey everybody, this is Erica, the technology nerd likes to film stuff, and today is the update video of the Galaxy style 3DS that I sent to Nintendo because I wanted them to repair it for me. I asked them to get rid of the dust underneath the screens, and if at all possible, if they could have it be dual IPS. I know that's really ambitious, but I figured that I would just ask them. If you don't ask, you won't receive. So here is what happened with that. If you want to see the video that preceded this, see the link in the description or click here or here. I forget where. So here is the box that I got back from Nintendo. And let's go ahead and see what happened. Open it up and, well, you see, there's nothing in the box. Why is that? So the TLDR here is that it's completely at the discretion of the technician looking at your unit and working on your unit, whether they want to fix it or not. I understood that going into this, so I don't want to speak of all of Nintendo for this. If I had a different technician, things might have gone differently, for example. But with my technician, he or she had every intention of sending back my unit to me unrepaired. And that's annoying, but at least I had a receipt where I could go and just return it to the store and get my money back if Nintendo didn't want to help me. But what bothered me was being lied to. Either being lied to or the technician was just grossly incompetent, and I really don't respect that. So long story short, I did end up getting my unit back without being repaired. That was actually my choice. I didn't trust them after what happened. So I just sent it back to Fred Meyer and got my money back. So no harm done with that. But I am a little bit disappointed in whoever that employee was, and I really hope that this does not represent Nintendo. So this is the long-winded story of what happened. So I had my Galaxy style 3DS. There was dust underneath the screen. If you go on Nintendo's website, you can have a service request made, and actually there is a service number for if your unit has dust or debris under the screen, and if it's annoying enough to you, then they will fix it for you, supposedly at their discretion. So I packaged it up. They actually even gave me a label where they paid for it to send it to them. That was all great. It got there really quickly. I thought that was awesome. And then it even moved into service really fast, like the next day. I was really impressed, thinking that this is going to go really, really well. But then I get an email from Nintendo asking me to call them to work out a solution. And I was like, oh no, this is either a really good thing or not such a good thing. So I called, and who I expected to be on the other line was one of the technicians who was looking at my unit. So it turns out that you don't get to talk to the technicians. It was actually a representative from Nintendo America. And when I asked her if I could talk with one of the technicians, she said that they're actually off-site somewhere else. So what she told me is that the technician said that they do not fix dust and debris underneath the screen. So she said that they were just going to send it back unrepaired to me unless I gave them the okay to go in and see if there's anything wrong with it. So already I was very confused, and I said to her, but I sent it in for that reason. She asked me, is that an option on the website? I'm like, yeah, that's how I sent it in. That's how I had the order number, the service number to send it in. So she went and she looked, and sure enough, it was there. And she's like, oh, okay, well, all right, then I can send that over to the technician. So I guess that technician either felt like not cleaning the dust out from under the screen, or maybe he wasn't competent. He didn't know that's something that they did. But to just flat say that's not something that we do, wow. There's a difference between at your discretion choosing not to clean the dust and saying that we don't clean the dust, period. And also the customer service lady told me that they don't change out screens for different color temperatures, and they also will not change out the screens for being TN versus IPS. I expected that much. If the New York Service Center did that for you, I'd be curious to hear about that. So she took notes about everything that I was saying and said that she would just relay it on to the technicians and that she would get back to me if anything else went wrong. I did push a little bit more though, asking if they really couldn't change the displays for me. Really, truly, could they not? And she put that in the notes too and asked them that again as well. So I got off the phone feeling pretty upset and pretty angry at that point. Like, why would they find the need to lie about that? Or if they are really that incompetent, do I want them working on my unit? So I called that same number back, and thankfully the same customer service representative answered, so I didn't have to explain this to anybody else. And she had heard back from the technician already, who said that, yeah, he would clean the dust out from underneath the top screen. And of course she said that they're not going to switch out TN for IPS or to make sure that the color tint is the same on both screens, and I expected as much. But I also let her know that I was really frustrated at this point and didn't know if I trusted that particular technician to fix my unit. So I asked her that if they hadn't started anything yet, if they could just send it back to me, at least I could bring it back to the store and I could exchange it or just get my money back. So they honored my request. They sent it back to me. I got it just the same as I sent it. Thankfully, they didn't scratch it or do anything weird to it. Went to Freddy's. Of course, Fred Meyer didn't have any units in stock as they're sold out, so they just gave me my money back. And that's probably the best situation for me right now because I feel kind of jaded after this whole experience. I do want to say, though, that what happened could very well have to do with just one particular technician. It might have been different with another technician, or maybe if it went to New York, maybe that would have been totally different. Maybe in New York they've got panels to switch. Maybe they have more time to do things. I don't know. That's one thing that I would really like to hear from your guys' experiences, what happened for you. For me, they were just going to send it back unrepaired and weren't going to do anything for me. That's kind of the worst case scenario. So I don't want to speak for all of Nintendo. I'm not going to go on a crazy Nintendo hating spree. I still love the new 3DS XL. Just because one area of a company struggles, this is what I've learned as a reviewer. You don't shut down the whole company. The product is still a good product. The engineering that went into it is still really great. The game development that goes into Nintendo is still really great. I don't know what it is with their quality control or what corners they're trying to cut, but I still love the unit as what it is. So this is all I want to say for now. So this has been Erica, the technology nerd likes to film stuff. Please rate, comment, and subscribe. Again, let me know what your experiences are, and good night.